Yes, yes. Damn. Um, Top of the evening, man. I'm at the desk, man. I got about it would take 20, 30 minutes, man. Um, what I want to do, I want to finish the live stream that I was doing that I got interrupted, right? And I had got interrupted because you know how it goes, man. Oh, jealous weirdos, the weirdos who claim that yeah, that's why I hit dude's channel, hit it again from right because he was right. Dude was a straight weirdo, and he was on weirdo time, and he kind of interrupted the live stream that I was doing. I'm gonna finish it now, right? So I'm gonna make this small though. I'm gonna make this small. There we go. Is that the one I want? No, I want this one. So I was doing a live stream and I was talking about Jim Jones and Tony Yayo situation. And dude came and he interrupted the live, right? Let me shut this door up, man. Shut up, man. Yappy! Hurry up, Yappy. Hurry up. Yappy! All right, y'all. So let me try to finish this live, man. So you can't even trying to finish this live real quick. So, um, a lot of the rappers now, right? For whatever reason, everybody's podcasting. Um, podcasting is the wave right now. That's why if you don't really have no motion and you think you're just gonna podcast, it's over for you. You don't have no real skill set, no experience, no stats or nothing. You're just thinking you're gonna just sit around motionless and sitting around gossiping and just it's over for you because a lot of people that's jumping into the lane now not only have resources, they're doing what many of the people that you thought you could be like are doing, but they have steroids. See, a lot of the guys that you sit around and you watch, they really aren't it. They've been buying subs and views and bots and all that for years. And now the entertainers have caught on to this. And the entertainers are pushing this line. And unfortunately for a lot of you guys, um, like I said, that sit around motionless, it's over. It's over, man. I watched a lot of you guys attempt to jump in the boxing lane, and I didn't even say nothing because I was like, "Yo, you've been crashing out. You're trying to do boxing content, and you really don't have no boxing motion. you're not going to get too far. You're not going to get far at all. But with that being said, though, let me finish up this Jim Jones, Tony Yayo. And I like what Zip with the Drip said. Zip with the Drip called the Battle of the Sidekicks. But Tony Yayo is probably one of the most successful sidekicks, if you want to call him a sidekick. All right. This is courtesy of Harlem Legend TV.
That can happen in the hood end up happening and shit like that. You know what I mean? But everything to try to protect them for what I know could have happened to them, I tried. You heard? From getting all of these cars to getting all these everything you can imagine, everything, private jets, Miami, hundreds of thousands in one weekend, 2 tour buses at Atlanta. Like, cannot front on how I had my boys moving. And I'm only talking about this because you was there and you and Stacks were best friends, were Bino, couple others and like that. Other than I don't even talk to people about Stacks and what went on, but we were sending out. This was not on our level when we was moving, and no way.
I'm gonna be honest. You see him there with Queen's Flip and basically explaining.
So, to catch y'all up on speed, remember Stack Bundles was murdered in his projects. Jim Jones got at Tony Yayo. And Tony Yayo made some remarks in regards to how Stack and all these guys were signed to Jim or under Jim. They had all these luxury vehicles, but they were living in the projects. Jim's kind of spun the block on them, and it looked like it came out of nowhere. But shout out to Harlem World TV, did this video. Jim probably been holding on to this for some time because Yayo, who is synonymous for Vlad TV interviews, many interviews, probably was going to have his own podcast as well. So that is probably why Jim said that he's smoking hard, right? He said he's smoking hard coke, which is crack, right? For those of y'all that don't know. And shout out to Gully TV. I was over there on Gully's. I was like, man, if he's smoking crack, man, he got a big estate out here in Patchogue, Long Island, the rich area of Patchogue. He's doing very well for a smoker, right? Very well. But I just think that, like I said, other podcasts are highlighting this as well, right? The fact that, remember, Jim Jones stays in the algorithm. He was in the algorithm over the Drop Your Flag challenge. He had a lot of street guys, right? This is what you guys like to call them, street guys, former jail guys, gladiator, real guys that were Sue wooing it, right? For the B gang, right? And they want to shoot the fade with him. So I can kind of see nobody's talking about that no more, right? You pay attention to what goes on the internet. Like that was the trending topic. He got called out for the fade by the homie, the warrior, man, dude, the warrior, right? Now he jumped in the quote unquote an industry rap beef with Yayo, calling Yayo a crackhead. So it kind of shifted. You see what's going on here? Y'all see the shift or no? Y'all didn't catch the shift. But yeah, that I think too. That's what he's doing. He's taking some of the spotlight off of that. But let's listen to Harlem Legend TV.
The story. He was trying to get these guys out the hood. At the time, they were too ignorant to understand it. You heard? Rest in peace to Stack Bundles. He felt comfortable and safe in his own hood, in which he died in his own hood. Rest in peace to that man. But see, sometimes these rappers may talk out of they might talk out of turn. I gotta call it what it is. I would have been offended too. If somebody's saying, oh, look how he had Stack, he had a goddamn portion of, hey, look, you just got to go back and do the homework and look why Jim Jones crashed out. You feel me? I understand why he crashed out now. Do you? Get in the comment section and let me know. Hold on. Because I didn't forget. Yeah, I didn't forget. Cameron actually responds, but he responds under my post. Yeah, I got to call it what it is.
I didn't get a chance to finish this. Like I said, I was interrupted by I don't know, man. They say people don't watch it, but the weirdos, man, I threw dude out and he came back. If y'all peeped that, I threw dude out of my chat and he came back. He came disturbing the peace. That's what I call that now. When I be trying to stream and do my thing, when people jump in the live stream with negativity or just what I like to call the weirdo vibes, and I bounced dude out, right? He was talking about he was a boxer. He's always, he wants to fight me, or I need to put in work. Motherfucker, I put in work. I'm straight. When this next thing pops off that I'm a part of, you, all you guys that are were media haters and content haters, y'all really gonna be haters now, because like I said, y'all been in secret competitions for content for far too long. And I'm running my own race. I'm winning my own race, right? That's neither here nor there. But dude jumped in here and he interrupted the live. So that's why I'm trying to finish it now, man. But this is the part that I really want to get to. Because remember, he threw Cam under the bus too. Said that Cam was not getting it in Ohio. Said that Cam was not that guy in Ohio. Remember, I started my live off with that. If you was watching, I showed me, my kids, my nephew, we was in Ohio. And I was like, yeah, you know, Ohio do got some players, but Ohio got a lot of haters too. Let's see, you know, it is what it is. But let's get to this right here. Put that right here. This is Harlem Legend TV.
Remember Jim Jones said he wasn't getting in Ohio. It was Chubbs. It was Chubbs getting it. He brung you out there. You was a worker. Hey, whatever. Pay attention to what Jomo said about Cameron in Ohio. Yeah. He basically said it wasn't you getting it. Pay attention.
In real time, there's nobody could tell me nothing about this. I'm there in real time. Wherever Cam was, I was, because we was out the game.
Yeah, y'all was in Ohio for a minute.
I was in Ohio.
Cam
Chubbs
was
in Ohio.
Yeah.
Let's don't do that. That niggas was visiting the tourists in Ohio.
Yo, Bleak is grimy on the low, man. See that laugh? That laugh that Bleak just did, right? See, Bleak is throwing wood to the fire. That's what we call that, wood to the fire, gaslighting, right? He's gaslighting this shit, man. He's gaslighting this shit. Right? He's gaslighting this shit. The laugh right there. And Jim, really, him and Cam need to just squabble or something, man. Run the fade. You should have showed up to the Beacon last week, man.
Shout to Z. R.I.P. Chubby Baby. I love you to death, nigga. You know I'm still holding you down while you gone, nigga. Everything, family and all. That's how tough I am, Chubby. Man. I love you to death, nigga. I never let niggas take nothing away from you. At all. Not with no lies, no nothing, bro. At all. Ohio was Chubby town, period. That's where it started from. And Chubby had more loyalty than most niggas. I watched Chubby put it all on the line on the love for niggas and this Dipset shit. Chubby saved Dipset. They want to get crazy, nigga. You heard? Damn. Chubby saved Dipset. That bad.
You heard me talk about that this morning. Remember, I was like, yo, I was talking about the groups for me for New York. I was like G Unit, The Locks, and MOP. I did not put Dipset in because I said Dipset to me, it was like they were good as rappers, but it was like a lot of the street guys really held the Dipset down. And you hear Jim talking about it right there. Chubby Baby. Also had Luca, Taliban. Shout out to Hustle Man and these guys. So that's why I didn't really put Dip, because these guys really were rapping about a lot of these guys. It is what it is, right? You know, but like I said, I'm not a hip hop blogger, man. That's neither here nor there. I'm just streaming, but do your own research on some of that, man.
When it came, if it wasn't for Chubby, allowing niggas to even come nowhere near him, bro. Don't play with us, bro. And I wasn't in Ohio, nigga. I was here in these New York streets doing what I had to do.
That's a fact.
Fuck these niggas talking about. Shouts to Chubby Baby, nigga. I don't mean to get hot, but that shit get me mad. You heard?
Nah,
because I know the real
passionate, bro. That's right.
You heard?
Passionate
Free
about
Papa
it.
Joe,
Real,
nigga.
man. When it's real,
I see you when you get back, nigga. Real $1 million niggas, you heard? Seen it with my own 2 eyes. But now back to what we was talking about. Sorry about that.
No.
I can't let nothing slide when it comes to lies. I'm not about that. I'm a truth teller.
That's right.
So when you see somebody oppose these words I tell, then you have to figure out what they talking about, because I know what I'm telling. I ain't got no lie. I don't got to lie about my truth. I wear everything on my sleeve. I tell you about my losses because my wins are even better.
That's a fact.
Let's break this down, right? Rest in peace to Chubbs, man. And rest in peace to Milk, because there's another one that was involved named Milk that y'all don't eat. I believe if it's the same Milk, I'm not sure, because Cameron responds. You heard? Yeah, he responds under my post, ladies and gentlemen. Look, he's going at another guy named Tone 800. I know they had 800 Mob out there. They had, hey, look, it's a whole big situation, and it's actually street politics. But we gonna break this down. He says, laugh out loud. Ask him where and how he met Chubbs. See, that's the crazy part about all of this, because you got to ask yourself, how did Jim Jones meet Chubbs? I know Chubbs from 140th, 139th and all that. He from uptown. So I'm wondering, how did Jim Jones meet him and Jim Jones be downtown? Like, I don't know. I'm a little...
Now, you see, that is why I said I did not include Dipset into my groups. I was like, because if you know, man. I don't really want to get into all of that, but like I said, Dipset, they was good. But when it came to the rap groups, I said it was G Unit, MOP, and the Locks. Dipset, there were a lot of guys behind the scene on Dipset who really made the dip. If you know, right? But Harlem is breaking a lot of this down. Let's just continue on with the content.
Confused. But Cameron says, laugh out loud. Ask him where and how he met Chubbs, because it wasn't in New York. And Tone 800, you was just in my dressing room a couple days ago, and you commenting. Keep it a buck. Y'all know who y'all all worked for.
Now, that's what I was just talking about. Remember I said this before the dude interrupted me. I was like, yo, they had the show at the Beacon. Cam is doing his thing. Why didn't Jim pull up to the Beacon? Freaky was there. Like, why didn't you pull up? He had the comedy show. Brought damn near everybody up. Corey Holcomb, D-Ray, Michael Blackson. A whole bunch of comedians, man. Why didn't you pull up to the show? Why didn't you pull up to the comedy show, man? But you're on the internet doing the interviews with Memphis Bleak, saying that he didn't get it in Ohio. And now Cameron has responded, and you see what he says. Okay, but if you was getting it, where was your bail money when you got licked up? You made that lady lose her crib. You was a bum, then a bum now. Who was son, a worker, and that's a fact, Jack. Now go argue with your barber. He got you looking crazy. Man. This is getting very, very messy. But this is what the blogging is going to now. And remember yesterday I talked about this a little bit. I'm going to wrap this up. I was talking about this yesterday. I was like, man, nowadays, it seems like all the so-called street niggas is all on the internet. There was a point in time when if you was in the streets and you was doing real street activities, you didn't want no parts of the internet. No parts. But now it's like niggas that put in street work want everybody to know about their street work on the internet. At first, I just thought it was the YNs. I'm like, yo, it's their time. It's a new culture. But Jim Jones is not a YN, nor is Cameron. And this is taking a different spin now. I am simply blogging and covering it as I should, as a content maker and blogger, right? Like I said, when it comes to a lot of the hip-hop stuff, I try to stay clear of it. Simply because, like I said, a lot of the hip-hop stuff deals with a lot of the street stuff. I deal with boxing, but I also deal with, trending topics. And this is a trending topic. So Jim says Cam was not getting in Ohio. Now, as you see, Harlem Legend TV, they brought in a guy, Milk. See how more and more quote unquote alleged street guys are coming into play. It's getting very messy. It's getting very messy. But hey, what do I know, right? What do I know? All right, let's let Harlem finish up.
Milk. You see what I'm saying? They saying that they all work for a dude named Milk. And rest in peace if that's the same Milk. I'm not sure. Couldn't even have your own work. And when you got caught in Cleveland with those pills, you need bail money. And Milk got it for you and you skipped bail. I ain't gonna say the rest. Yo, can be like, yo, can be playing some games, can be having some shit with him. You heard? Because I believe a video's loading up, yeah. I don't know, because him and this Tone 800 dude, they was going back and forth. I went to his page. See, I don't really like to talk about dudes that we don't know. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen this dude. I went to his page. I seen who he was, but I never met him. I don't know him. But Tone 800, okay. But if you was getting it, where was your bail money when you got licked up? You made that lady lose her cred. You was a bum then and a bum now. Who was Milk's son and worker. And that's a fact, Jack. Now you go argue with your barber. He got you looking crazy. All right, so Cameron may be loading up a video, y'all, to address this whole situation. Like I said, the statutes of limitations ran out. He may want to...
Listen, I'm going to stop it there. I'm about to go get my daughter. But you see where all this started from? You see where all this started from? Jim Messy Jones, right? Jim Messy Jones. What up there, Joker? Hoffa 2171 salute, man. This all started from Jim Jones in Ohio. And now you got this Tone 800 guy in there. He's bringing up Milk. See where this goes all the time? Gossiping. Grown men gossiping. And it just spiraled to the left. Right? Now, like I said, my field is boxing, but I've been falling back from the boxing because, see, I have exposed the boxing, especially what I like to call the jealous fan weirdos. Because if I'm going to sit online and do this type of blogging and gossiping, I'd rather do about stuff like this, because the boxing, you have all these guys that gossip, right, with no information. Where's your information? Right? I bet you they're still talking about Boots, right? Boots already fought, man. We got to move on. Lubin and I believe what's the name is the next big one now, right? Because the Keith Thurman fight got scratched, right? Then it's Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr., Abdullah Mason, all that big card down there. This is what the focus should be with boxing. Not about a guy who already won, his check already cleared, because, well, today is Wednesday. His check probably cleared Tuesday if he got direct deposit. You guys don't know that. That's pretty much how this shit works now. Everybody has direct deposit. That money got wired, the checks cleared. Well, you know, you know. See, maybe you guys don't know. Like I said, a lot of you guys don't know about that, because, like I said, you've never been behind the scenes at none of these fights on a small scale, let alone the large scale. But hey, what do I know, man? But yes, I'm out the door. I got to go back to the job too and get my other phone. So if you was calling the other phone and I'm not picking up, don't think that I'm curving you. I left it in the truck or the machine, the sweeper. Because remember the live stream, they like I said, dude interrupted it, but I kind of finished it now. But yeah, Jim Jones did the job, right? Remember, last week he was underneath the microscope, under the lamp, for the whole drop your flag and the real bloods coming at him. Look how he master maneuver, master manipulator, whatever you want to do. He got from underneath that. Now this Tony Yayo, Cameron, Ohio shit is the new trending topic with him. He stays in the algorithm. He has mastered that lane. It must be a Harlem thing, because Dame Dash too. Cam, these guys stay in the algorithm. How was the content tonight, man? I'm wrapping it up, man. Let me know, man. Put it in the comment section. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe, man. This is the source. Like I said, if I was in my car, this live stream would have been up. But being that I'm at the desk and I could pull up receipts and do all these type of things, They don't want to let it fly like that. But we're gonna close out with some of my boxing archives. Right, I have some fire boxing archives I want to share real quick. This came up today on my page. I want to just share this. Shout out to the OG. Yeah, I call him an OG, Lower East Side. He's from the Lower East Side. See, y'all don't even know that about Mark Krieger. Mark Krieger's from the hood, man. Mark Krieger right here, stand-up guy.
Hey, you know this guy right here? Do you know this guy? You know this guy right here?
Where you at, Butch?
Hey.
I'm gonna see you next week in Newark, huh?
That's right. That's right.
Next week.
That's what
I heard you say you kick my ass.
Yeah, I never see that side of Mark Krieger, right? Shout out to Mark Krieger, official in the game. Yeah, I never seen that side of Mark Krieger, right? You're not like me, man. And that was in Tulsa, Oklahoma. You know, behind the scenes, behind the source views. Yeah, how about those views? Behind the source views at a fighter meeting, right? You know, all these came up on my timeline. Get it. Look at those CEO Messiah. Yeah, always had a lot of hair, man. Get it. Afro Thunder. That's not Ring, man. Get it. That's CEO Messiah, man. Always had a lot of hair, man. Afro Thunder. That's not Coach Ring, man. This is Coach Ring right here. Look, Coach Ring shits is sharp. Hands flop. Coach Ring shits is sharp. Here goes Coach Ring. Oh, hands flop. Coach Ring got the sauce, man. Coach Ring got the sauce. You know where she gets it from, man. She gets it from her father, man. But they are boxing babies. They grew up in the gym. But hey, what do I know?
Oh my gosh, it's sweating. Down, Narina. Down, Narina. I'm taking a video. You want to be famous? Run down.
Look.
No.
Look. Come look.
No.
I want you to see something because I gotta go get in the arena. Look. You always had hair like that. Look. Get it. Afro Thunder. Get it, Mom. That's what here. I can flip my now and go get in the arena. Get it, Mom. Get it. But this is the star. Get it, Mom. Get it. Nasai is a big girl now, man. Let me go get my other big baby.
Guys, and then again, it's been, but then being loyal, God always bless people who are very loyal.
Yes. Salute, man. Once again, man, this is Jackal Fitness with the champ, Richard Comey. Havoc in the building as always.
We are in the hurt business.
Hey, you know the vibes, man. Thank you, Richard. Congratulations. Bless.
Smack about a person.